Ramble.
Thank you to Chime, Purple Mattress, Upstart, and the CDC for sponsoring today's episode.
Okay, we're recording.
Whoa.
Whoa, Rainie on the ones and twos,
slate.
coming in hot.
Fingers crossed that it's all okay, but I think it's fine.
Yeah.
There we go.
Miles is under the weather today. We got Rainie in the booth. She just suddenly started the show on us. It's exciting.
I love it.
Also, Rainie, you're going to have to advice that'll go for Rainie at the end of this.
Advice that'll rain down on you.
Well, I just heard Miles' process, which is halfway through the episode. Think of it. So.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So just be ready.
Come back to
You're
us.
already
But
prepared.
even more exciting than Rainie, we are joined in the studio by very special guest, one of the preeminent food eaters of YouTube, competitive eater champion
Of America.
of America,
One of the best in
of
the world.
Yeah. You're up there.
Mr. Matt Stonie.
Hey, yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. It's so
It's
exciting
always
to have
weird
you.
with the little the titles or whatever, because there's competitive eater, speed eater, is it America, global?
The people's champion.
We'll get into it, but yeah, I mean it's competitive eating's become a global thing. So haven't been international in a couple of years. I want to get back traveling the world.
What is your preferred title?
Matt.
What would you say? Slayer of
Yeah.
dragons,
It's
breaker of chains, eater
usually
of
competitive
hot
eater.
dog.
It's nice and easy.
Competitive
It's
eater.
simple.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Eater of worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're here because we're doing a 4 versus 1 where we're going to take you down. We're going to eat more hot dogs than you somehow.
After yesterday, after training you guys, like I can't figure it out because some of you were like all nervous, and then you got more into it, and like I am genuinely excited to see what's going to happen today.
For those who do not know, competitive eating, what is it?
It's competitive eating. you eat competitively against each other, and whoever eats the most usually walks away with the trophy or prize or something. But it's just whoever it's a very grassroots type of thing. Like everybody's like, hey, at a barbecue, who can eat the most watermelon or.
Right, because everyone has kind of heard of like the county fair pie eating contest, kind of a local thing, but this is like a global scene. I mean, you said there was one event that's like the Super Bowl of competitive eating. What's that?
Yeah, the hot dog, the 4th of July hot dog eating contest. And that's how I believe it started. This was before I was even born. But I believe they just had a annual hot dog contest at the corner surf in Stillwell at the Nathan's right there, Coney Island. And winner got like free hot dogs for a year. And it was just, something going. They would eat like 15, 20 hot dogs every year.
The irony, I'm sure, is that once you win that contest, the last thing you want is another hot dog.
Never eating it again.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't vouch for those guys. I mean, hot dogs are pretty good. I can eat hot dogs year round. But no, I mean, and yeah, it's really blown up. I mean, even in, I've been doing it for over 10 years now, which seems like forever. But even the short time that I've done it, just seeing competitive eating grow, become more recognized, more mainstream, more people are getting into it and having fun with it. It's grown like crazy over the past couple of years for sure.
Yeah, it really has.
I think a lot of us first gained awareness of competitive eating with Kobayashi winning the hot dog contest in 2001? Yeah. And I mean, I remember seeing a documentary about it. It blew my mind. And the method that he does that everyone now does, where you remove the hot dog from the bun, you eat them separately. You won this contest in 2014?
2015.
2015.
And how many hot dogs did you eat?
That year I did 62. 62 in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
hot dogs in 10 minutes?
That's very impressive.
That was a good year. It was one of those surreal moments. Hear people talk about it, but it's like it didn't register for. Well, it definitely didn't register for a few hours. I was driving home. I was just like, what just happened? And then for a few days, it's like, damn, that just happened. So it's crazy because at that point I was 5 years in. Joey Chestnut, he's been winning ever since, but he seemed like an unsurmountable mountain. He would win every single year. He would win by a landslide, and people just like, hey, he's just that guy that's going to win every year. And it took a couple years to get up there, but the belt never changed hands since Kobayashi from Joey. And then to take that title it was crazy because obviously I look up to Joey.
So you 62 hot dogs in 10 minutes. I'm so curious to know about like your prep and your training and everything, and we'll get into your life and all this. But like, did you know that you could hit that number? Had you ever hit that number in training, Or was it a surprise even to yourself when you won with that?
Usually training numbers are much higher.
Oh, no kidding.
See, Coney Island's tough. It's July 4th.
It's
and
hot.
Coney Island is hot. It's humid.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody ever, like, people always walk, oh, I got 40 this year, and then they do like 29.
That's surprising.
It's
I would have thought
crazy.
that like the competitive atmosphere would make you push yourself harder, but
think,
I
yeah.
didn't think about the elements.
Right, you're used to doing it in your own space. You know where everything is. Here, things are maybe just a foot farther away, or it's a little hot.
Yeah, I think it's nerves too, because obviously the event itself is gigantic. You know, there's like 20,000 people standing in front of you. They're screaming, they're yelling.
Oh.
You got judges. The introductions take, you know, a long time with all the ESPN stuff and everything. So usually for a practice, you know, I wake up in the morning and I'm just like watching videos online, whatever, playing games, whatever. It's like, oh, hour away, hot dogs, time to really get focused. But this is like, hey, you got to wake up at like 7 a.m., get all your stuff ready, get on the bus at 8 a.m.
Whoa.
And I'm guessing you're not eating before
Oh,
this.
no. I mean, yeah, just like I said, you know, earlier, just coffee and water, just something very simple.
Do you have any pump up playlists that you're listening to on the bus?
Okay. This is something that I've seen over the years, because whenever we
is fun.
we all take a bus ride to Coney Island from Manhattan, I always get a kick out every year, because if that was me the first couple of years, 8 a.m. in the morning, you're listening, you got your whatever pump up music. By 12 a.m., you're just like you're already, like, your adrenaline's already been exhausted a little bit. You're feeling a little fatigued. So yeah, I mean, the secret, and because you start so early, is just calm, just take it easy, just
Zen.
do whatever, you just be zen for, like, you know, a couple hours, and then 11 o'clock, the women are coming off the stage from their contest. All right, now it's time to pump it up, get the adrenaline pumping.
Oh, well, the contests are divided still. It's not everybody at the same time. It's still men versus a women's bout and a men's bout.
Yep. Actually, the first year that I competed was the first year they split it up. So that was 2011.
I love the idea of just being zen in order to eat a ton. It's like to eat the hot dog, you must be the hot dog. Be in a casing, be simple, be shiny.
Squirt ketchup on your naked chest.
Just listen to your breath. Just
Nestle
be
between the
breath.
bun of life and rest until life is ready to put you through its jaws.
How many hot dog related pieces of memorabilia do you have? Do you have like hot dog statues, T-shirts, hot dog phone case?
Not a ton, no. I mean, I've got this like blow up inflatable hot dog that we did for like a shoot or something one time.
yeah.
I just kept on to it. It's like, hey, just put it there. Yeah, not too many hot dogs. You know, usually my fridge is filled with hot dogs. So
Hot dog
I
shaped
got
toilet.
I got enough real ones. I don't need I don't need
guess
fake
so.
ones lying
Have
around.
you ever ridden in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
I have never ridden in
No
Oscar
How
Mayer
have they
kidding.
not invited you?
because I eat Nathan's hot dogs. That's
true. Yeah.
There goes
They should
the
try to sway you.
Sleeping with the enemy.
Basically
True.
a brand ambassador.
You know,
What
I think
about a hot dog versus sandwich? Where do you stand on that debate?
Oh, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting controversial, Ned. We're about to make headlines.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
If you're not comfortable answering,
No, I'm going to answer this. I'm going to answer this right, because this is the hot dog is a sandwich, because a sandwich is a category. Hot dogs aren't categories. So what else is a hot dog if it's not a sandwich?
Wow. You heard it here first, folks.
you know, he's the pro.
It's
Who am I to
meat
argue?
between two pieces of
Well,
bread.
isn't a hot dog a sausage?
Fuck.
No, but a sausage is just the meat part.
Yeah, but
But what's the sausage?
So you're saying
put
it
sausage
between?
is a sausage.
So a sausage sandwich.
Yeah, would
So-
would a sausage roll be a
What are
sandwich?
you talking about? A hot dog's a sausage. It's just the sauce. That's just the meat part.
You're out of line, Keith.
I don't know. If
You're
I-
out of line,
This man
sir.
is a world.
Just saying.
This is
Champion.
controversial. This is like an
Well, he was
age-old
just saying
question.
hot dog isn't a category, and I do think it's in the sausage category,
No.
right?
No.
You make it the same
Well,
way.
I mean, a hot dog is a category of like meat, but
Hot
like
dog.
sandwich, pizza,
Uh-huh.
burger.
It depends if we're talking about hot dog as the meat
Whoa,
or
you
hot
just
dog
said
as-
burger. Is burger category? So is a burger not a sandwich?
Ooh,
No.
got me.
It's just if I
didn't
invite
think
you
this
over
through.
for
I didn't think-
sandwiches, you aren't
Say,
expecting
a
hot
burger
dogs.
is definitely a type of sandwich.
Yeah, definitely type of sandwich.
Ooh.
Now that
Yeah,
you
I'm
mention
more
it.
okay calling a
Yeah.
hamburger a sandwich than a hot dog a sandwich, personally. Personally, but we're never gonna come to a middle ground here. That will always be
The country is
divided,
just so divided right
just
now.
as the bun is split.
You think the hot dog is the David S. Pumpkins? It's its
Yeah.
own thing.
It's its own thing. Because if I were to invite you over for sandwiches, you would not come expecting hot dogs. And you might even be disappointed.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah,
All
you'd
right.
be like, oh, I didn't want that. I wanted a sandwich.
Moving on, BuzzFeed 2016.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry, but actually, I have a interesting question. Perhaps before you discovered competitive eating, What did you think your life would be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Because when I started competitive eating, I was 18 years old. I was just out of high school going into
Wow,
college.
so you actually are at that life deciding sort of
Yeah.
age.
So, I did a few years of college. I was doing, a lot of like human body stuff, biology, anatomy, physiology. Took a few nutrition courses, all the prereq stuff as well. So I was all science. I was a type of science guy.
You know, it's funny. Of all the things I've been missing over the past year, it's the little things I miss the most, like making awkward eye contact across the room or meeting strangers in line. That's what I'm trying to get back to.
Vaccination is the most effective way to help prevent COVID-19 and get back to the good times. Find out where to get your COVID-19 vaccine near you at vaccines.gov. That's vaccines.gov.
That's kind of when YouTube and the competitive eating stuff really start to take off. So I never really got to that point where I was like, this is my trajectory other than competitive eating, which is kind of crazy to think about.
That is crazy. It's also a little bit funny that you had sort of nutrition-based courses and then you ended up as a competitive eater. Because I imagine most nutritionists would say, oh, that's probably not the best for you.
Well, yeah, it was roughly at the same time. And I would ask the instructor every once in a while, just like, what do you think about this theory about like the way your kidneys work and like how you can handle more salts and stuff? And she'd be like, I don't recommend it. And I'd never get like good answers and stuff, but it was always fun to like, poke the bear a little bit.
What does happen to your body when it ingests that much like sodium?
Well, just to give context here, Keith is our resident eat a lot of fooder man.
Mm-hmm.
He eats
We were
the
talking
menu,
earlier, yeah.
and he fully devolves into just
A broken man. Because I do like marathon eating, which is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And I don't even competitively marathon eat.
Recreationally.
Thank you, Rainie. Recreationally marathon eat.
By the end of those videos, I usually come in at the end or I see him afterwards. He is stoned.
Fucked up.
He is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like it literally is like he
Got a
just
food
took
baby, food coma.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Full delirium. And then, the amount of salt in my body, I normally like pass out and drink so much water and still don't pee. And then maybe feel better by the next
You just
evening.
pee out like orange.
I don't even pee.
That's terrifying. I hate.
There's
We
so
gotta
much.
cancel this series.
And then I'm really bloated because the amount of salt in my body makes me absorb all that water
Oh.
because I'm drinking a lot of water. And I also like forget to drink water when I'm shooting Eat the Menu.
It's also full too. It's
'Cause
like,
I'm full.
you don't want to keep drinking.
Yeah.
Even though you're thirsty. Yeah.
And I'm eating a lot of like carbs because a lot of fast food is a lot of carbs. So if I'm very full of bread and then I'm drinking water, I'm very, very full. So yeah, for me, that's like, it is unhealthy. And it's funny because when I had like, I get some acid reflux and I had a really bad spout of it when I was shooting a lot of Eat the Menus in more close proximity than I do now. And when I went to my gastroenterologist, or went to one, he was like, so what is your diet life? I'm like, well, I'd rather not say. This is definitely my fault and I don't feel proud of it. But made me think, do you have like a general practitioner or a doctor?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't, since I recently moved, I found a new guy in Vegas, but the guy who I used to see in San Jose all the time, he always loved it. Like he never endorsed it. You take my blood test, maybe do some EKGs every once in a while, just, see everything's working. Cause it's important to me because part of getting good at something is also knowing how to manage it reasonably for year after year after year. And, he's just like, dude, everything looks good, man. This is crazy and stuff. And he's like, hey, even my dentist, he was like the best guy. And he's just like, I was watching you eat that gummy bear and I just couldn't believe it. And, I was like, oh no, he's gonna break his tooth or something, but you didn't. And I did chip my tooth once, and he filled it, and it's never popped out since.
Wow.
So
Nice.
He's a good guy. But
Wow.
I just looked up how many calories is in one plain hot dog. It says 240.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you do a lot of caloric based challenges on your YouTube. I love, and I think it's great because you get some like amazing numbers. You'll like take down 20,000 calories or something, and it's very cool. And I love your channel. I've watched a lot of it, and I also think you do a really good job of the pacing of your mukbang content because you do a lot of speed ramps to get through a lot of like the middle, whereas some people like literally it's the actual 40-minute duration of eating, but you do a good job pacing it to feel, I don't know, just like more like entertainment. And it's not like having to watch you actually spend 30 minutes slowly eating Oreos. You sort of speed ramp it and stop for jokes and stop for moments. And it's really well done.
I fell in love with competitive eating in YouTube like at the same time, and it kind of kind of ramped up at the same time too. And I love content creating ever since I started posting stuff. But I'm sure you guys can attest to it too. Like the pacing of the video and like conveying the emotions, the thoughts that you want to get to the audience is like paramount. And I've tried to work with some editors. It's been tough because that's one of the biggest things they don't understand is how to pace an eating challenge video. And like certain parts drag long enough so that the audience feels the crevasse and it's like, oh, this is tough. But then it's not just a whole big speed ramp the whole time. So yeah, I mean, making content interesting and watching people enjoy it is like equally up there with one of my passions, always.
What are some of your favorite challenges that you've done? Anything that's particularly memorable? You were talking about Peeps yesterday.
Okay, that was one of my favorite records because it's just, Peeps are, everybody knows Peeps, and it's like 255 is an insane amount of Peeps.
Peeps are gross. And
Yeah,
I can't believe
right?
you
I mean,
did
I
it.
like them, all right, but you know,
You like Peeps?
Barely eat one.
they're marshmallows to me. But,
This was in 10 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Five-
No.
How did you?
255 Peeps in 5 minutes? Did you dip them in water?
Are
Or
you
what'd
swallowing
you do?
them whole?
The Major League Eating, they deemed the contest 10 minutes would be too much for Peeps.
Oh, wow.
Usually sweet contests is they're shorter.
Wow.
You're just swallowing marshmallows. It's
Yuck.
it's weird.
Kind of
Because-
swallowing them whole if you're eating that many that fast.
Yeah, I wouldn't say whole, but like one bite. Like they came in the sticks of 5. They didn't separate them. So you're just like
Okay, so that's the thing that blew my mind the most. We were training yesterday, and I have a thing where I need to really chew my food in order to swallow it. It's really mental over physical for a lot of it because I found that in order to speed up, like I need to swallow before I'm ready, and I can do it. Like if I take some water, like it's kind of like swallowing a pill. But that's not how we've evolved to eat food. We chew it up, and there's a reason for that, because if you don't chew up your food, you risk choking. Like, there's an evolutionary reason why we do that. So you have to trick your mind and say, it's cool, man. I'm going to swallow my food before it's ready, and I'm going to be fine, and I know how to do. But like that, I cannot explain how hard that is for me and was for me yesterday. And, you know, we're doing the competition today. I think that is my biggest personal hurdle. I don't have a question. It just blew my mind.
Yeah,
I mean,
in our practice yesterday, you clocked in at a minute and a half,
Which is too
90
long.
seconds to eat one hot dog.
yeah, which is
Competition
about
is
60 seconds longer than the
5
other
minutes.
2 gentlemen sitting here.
Well, but in a real world scenario, that's pretty fast.
It's pretty fast.
That's pretty fast.
You know,
I also this is my whole life. I cannot chug water. Like when like beer chugging was a thing.
Oh.
I have to fill my cheeks like a chipmunk and then slowly drink. And it's just stupid. I know that's wrong, but that just my mind has never been able to just open up my throat and glug, glug, glug. So suffice to say, I do not think I will be a competitive eater. I also have a tiny mouth. There's just no room in there. Can you puff up your cheeks for me real quick like a chipmunk? Like how big can you? It's not that it's not as big
Not
as I
that
would
crazy.
it's
think.
not
No,
about the mouth size.
No,
it's
I was
about
saying
the throat
like,
girth.
the contest today. Usually, what happens is like what's in the mouth counts at a contest. It's the easiest way to judge. And
What's in the? So Keith has a leg up.
so at the end, I could just
You could
shove
just- you could shove a whole
3
hot
hot
dog in
dogs
your
in my
mouth.
mouth and just hold them in my mouth.
I've never seen somebody do 3 hot dogs, but
I could do it.
go for it.
I'm
I got
not
a big old
sure if
mouth.
you've seen the IGTV hit. How many things can we fit in Keith's mouth? But the answer is a lot. We
lot of
just shove
things.
grapes and
Why
pickles.
did I miss
and
that one?
Yeah, well,
How did I
that's-
miss?
Yeah.
you really missed out.
A real banger. But yeah, he's got a big old mouth.
Got a big old mouth.
Shove some in there.
I kind of loved the training yesterday. It was very
I
fun.
could tell. That was
And
it was
it was
cool
really
to see.
fun, and I could see a world where I would like do one, not expecting to like win, but to go be a part of.
Really train for it.
Like train for it and try to do the Coney Island, but just to be there and see
Yeah.
what it's like.
That'd be cool.
Because I think it's cool.
Maybe
and
they have a celebrity version.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, the way they have celebrity golf tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celebrity hot dog eating.
Yeah, I
contest.
just grab like it's me, it's Robert De Niro. It's
Yeah, Keith and I started out, our first trial was 24 and 28 seconds, respectively. And then we improved to 19 seconds, which was very exciting because it's
Yeah.
like
That's
our
crazy.
technique got better. We shaved off a couple seconds, and I can totally see
You guys were
how-
hyped. Like you
yeah.
finished at the same time, just gave yourself double high
At the same
five, you
time,
sent water
our
flying
hands just
everywhere.
soaking wet with water, and then we high five.
Yeah.
It was kind of hilarious.
We did. I won't spoil who won, but we did an office contest to see who else would be the best at this, and we had 6 people from our office who were all like, I want to try, and they were all incredible, and frankly, everyone was better than me. I am the weakest link in the office. I'm the worst person to choose for this video, but that's my job. It was so fun to watch, and one person in our office, their first try was basically as good as your
was
guys'
20 seconds, which
second try.
blew me away.
So
Yeah.
I
Fast.
can't wait. I mean, that's the real wild card. For
Yeah, I mean,
today.
I've been saying this whole time. Part of doing collabs and stuff, and like teaching people, it's so fun to see people's like first experience because you get like the whole spectrum.
Yeah.
You get people that cannot even think about a soggy bun, and then you got people that just go ham at it and just make it happen. And
I should add for context. So 19 seconds was like your guys' personal record right
Yeah.
now. When Matt did his example,
His demo.
it was I believe 6 seconds, 6 to 7 seconds.
it's all right. Yeah, it's
What's
all
the fastest?
That's all right for you?
I'd say. I
Like,
mean,
that's a little slow. That's my warm up.
That's crazy.
when I'm in eating shape, I'm at the contest. Usually, the first minute I shoot for 12, which is one every 5
12 a minute.
seconds.
Oh,
Wow.
So and usually the first hot
12
dogs
in
like
the
are the
first
fastest
minute.
because you have an empty
Yeah.
mouth too. So
Yeah.
6 seconds. I mean, because it was one hot dog, but I mean,
My
it's-
goal is 10 hot dogs
That's
in
the-
5 minutes.
Oh,
That's what I'm
that's
hoping
a good
to hit
amount.
today.
Yeah.
My goal is 3.
Yeah. If we keep at a 20-second pace, we could theoretically make 15. But
No.
I don't think we'll
No,
be able
I
to
don't.
keep it.
I think it's
Just got to get in a rhythm.
Yeah.
It's so
Get
critical.
a
Just
rhythm. It's like a
don't think
conveyor
about
belt.
it every time. Just find what's
Yeah.
working for you and just keep doing it over
It's like
and
a
over.
little like, like just little packages being shipped out
Just-
into my belly.
just them going down the
It's a factory.
Going
Yeah,
down the
the
treadmill,
treadmill,
straight in
the
your
treadmill.
mouth.
factory, just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it's cool, and it's okay. You've done lots of competitions. I know you said you're not in eating shape right now, probably because you said more focused on YouTube content right now. But how long do you think you can competitive eat? Like, what age does a competitive eater retire?
Yeah, your jaw gets too slow.
Well, it's tough because there's a few anomalies out there that prove that you can do it for a long time. There's a guy from Las Vegas, actually, Richard Lefevre. He's an old time competitive eater,
Love
like
that
pre
name.
Kobayashi. And he's like 60 plus years old. He can still eat like 30 to 40 hot dogs. Like he beats a lot of the guys.
Whoa.
That like, and he shows up at contests. He makes money. He gets like, he places on the podium. He's a beast, Richard Lefevre. Props to him. And like Badlands Booker, he's pre Kobayashi days too. He's killing it on YouTube recently. He does chug videos mainly. Fun, but
Oh, I've seen him.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
crazy.
yeah, he's crazy. He's like the best dude ever, like the nicest guy you ever meet. And he's been doing it for over 2 decades now, and he's having a fun time. He's going strong. He doesn't compete at the highest level, which is probably key to like longevity as well.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's tough because on one hand, we're doing crazy stuff, but on the other hand, we're doing something that everybody kind of does, We're
Right.
eating.
You do the extreme version of a normal activity.
Yeah, which is kind of the weirdest sentence ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like we're doing something that's completely like our bodies weren't made for this like ever. So, I mean, there's definitely a shelf life for sure. I don't think I'm at that point. Like I definitely it's definitely in my scope to like, it's like, hey, like, I'm just going to like really grind for like a year, just see where I can get back again and stuff. And like, really try to compete at the top tier level and everything.
Yeah.
But, I'm getting older. You feel slowing down. You can't get as many exercises in. The diets, the weight doesn't shift off you as fast and all that. But I think I got some years in me still.
I think
Yeah.
so. Ding! Do you hear that? That is the sound of your bank account working with you, not against you. What a novel thought. Chime is an award-winning app and debit card with no hidden fees or monthly minimums. After all, you earned your money. You deserve to keep it. No hidden fees or monthly minimums. Plus, they have over 60,000 fee-free ATMs. They got great security. You can turn on your alerts to let you know when your card is used and instantly block your card if something seems fishy. Join the millions on Chime. Sign up takes 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. Apply right now at chime.com/tryguys. That's chime.com/tryguys. Chime is a financial technology company. Banking services provided by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Overdraft only applies to debit card purchases. Limits start at $20 and may be increased up to $200 by Chime. Early direct deposits depend on the payer. Out-of-network cash withdrawal fees apply. Third-party and cash deposit fees may apply. Go to chime.com/tryguys for details. Ding! I mean, I think there's something great with you that is, people may be listening and be like, well, I'm not a competitive eater. This is totally like interesting, but not applicable to my life. But I think there is something very applicable to everyone in what your life, right? Like you were not 5 years old going, when I grow up, I'm going to eat a lot of food. Sure. You found this opportunity and you pivoted with it. You embraced it. And we have similarities in our life too. Like none of us expected to be on YouTube. We had passions, and then we found what the universe was supplying us, and we found how to marry those two things. So it's like you see the opportunities that are out there, you find what you're good at, what you enjoy, and then you apply yourself to it.
Yeah, and not to get too philosophical or anything,
Let's
but
do it.
Like
Get philosophical.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you're pursuing what you like to do, I feel like you could do that longer, just naturally, just everything involved. Just you like doing what you do because your body your brain and your body and everything is geared towards that. So it's just more natural, and it's just like less stress. You sleep better at night, all that type of stuff. So I mean, yeah, maybe.
I'm going to get you guys a quick check-in today. We're doing a competition in a couple hours. We've been preparing our bodies. It's right now about 10 a.m. I'm getting very hungry. I have not had enough my normal food intake this morning.
He's the guy in the bus that's sitting there getting all amped up. It's a little early to get hungry yet.
But not now. I'm excited to eat hot dogs. Justin, I'm about to get real cranky.
So I guess, let's check in on our preparation.
Yeah.
And maybe you can tell us how we're doing. So Ned, your morning was what? You just ate nothing?
I ate a smoothie.
And that's rare for you.
Kale and my normal breakfast is like 3 eggs, piece of bread, big piece of bread, butter.
And the smoothie was what? Just kale?
Just kale. No, it was pretty good smoothie actually. Ariel makes great smoothies. It was kale.
Love you, honey.
Kale, like fruit, strawberries. You could say a kale strawberry smoothie.
But no protein. Okay.
Just flew right through me.
I mean, that seems like, according to you, that's the method.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I was saying, don't change up your method too much because, you want to feel good today.
I'm feeling increasingly bad.
Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry. I'm not starving yet, but I typically don't always have breakfast. But today I did have 2 24-ounce glasses of celery juice.
Oh, God.
Celery and ginger.
That-
Becky
which
made.
is your standard routine.
Standard
right?
routine. Actually, I never do that. Even half of...
Probably not
even
that
a
much.
quarter of that normally makes me poop like crazy.
Celery juice is just nature's little evac.
Yeah, it's in LA we call it a juice cleanse, but it's really a laxative. And I drank a ton of it, and we have been having regular scheduled stops at the
All aboard.
at the port.
Chugga choo.
Yeah, so that was my approach. I was like, okay, because last night I just had like normal food. We had pizza because we had people over. I had some wine. Had a cocktail in there.
Is drinking before good or bad? I specifically didn't drink wine last night because I was like, I need to not be bloated. I need to
like it wouldn't be
cleanse
the
my
best.
Sure.
body.
I mean, I've been told in the past, like it's good to get loose the night before.
Oh, okay.
Just get the nerves out. But
I know me, when I'm actually hungover, I'm insatiably hungry. Now I'm not hungover. I didn't get drunk last night. I had a couple drinks, but like
There's still time.
there's still time I could get. I mean, maybe. Has anyone ever competed just totally hammered?
We did ask you also
happened
yesterday.
Yeah. There's been a few like 2-day contests, like they have 2 small contests in the same weekend, and the next day people show up and they're just they show up at the last minute and they're just like, I'm here, and it's weird because I mean, I think from somebody who like studied the body a bit and big into like, not big into fitness but just nutrition in general, like I know alcohol is not indicative of good performance physically. So have I had a beer the night before a contest where I did good? Yeah. But like, would it be the optimal? Probably not. I think, like we've been talking about this whole time is like, a lot of this is psychological. Like, just being mentally, like whatever makes you not only wake up the morning of, but step onto the stage and be like, I am ready. I am totally here right now. Whatever that might be, Wow.
We asked you yesterday if you ever get stoned for the competition, because we're like, oh, you get the munchies, that's great, but it was the same answer. Like, no, you're not focused, you don't care as much.
Sure.
You're not eating. You're competitive eating.
Yeah.
So people can get a sense at home. Run through just a couple of different foods and then say like how many that you could eat in a certain time period.
Crunchy tacos.
Crunchy tacos.
Crunchy tacos.
Those will cut your roof of your mouth.
Okay.
Let's see, 10 minutes, crunchy tacos, like Taco Bell size.
Yeah.
Crunchy is tough.
Or soft shell.
It can be soft.
No, I
It can be
want to know
soft.
crunchy. I also want to know, what is the math going through your head right now? Like, what are you thinking
Okay,
about? What
so
are you
I've
picturing?
done a taco contest. It was an 8-minute. It was corn tortillas, so they weren't like, they were dry,
Okay.
but they weren't hard,
Crunchy,
so they weren't
okay.
cutting your mouth up. think it was 103 in 8 minutes.
Whoa.
So I'm trying to like, hey, how much harder would it be if they were crunchy?
Crunchy,
I had to work with
That would
You
be
can't
tough.
smush them up.
which is a big deal.
How about
Say 55.
oh wow.
All right.
So pretty
the
good.
crunch really matters.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
How about cheese pizza?
Cheese pizza,
New York about it.
New York about it.
1820, and I'm thinking like 3 large pizzas. That's a good amount of food.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when you eat a slice of pizza, are you like shoving it into a ball and like, what's your approach into a pizza? Are you doing the classic fold?
Yeah, the fold. I mean, it's kind of like the hot dogs. You try to find a good bite. Like sometimes
Efficient.
like maybe you like flip in the top a bit because the skinny part you flip it in then fold it.
I was gonna say because
wow.
pizza's not the same size
Make
as
a
you
little
go in. You gotta
rectangular.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
those first couple bites you get nothing, or
Yeah.
But the
so-
crust, so tough.
I don't think there's a consensus out on like what's the best way to deal with the crust. Cause I've seen some people they finish the whole pizza, leave the crust, and then they like dunk the crust and do all this
Oh.
stuff. That's never worked out for me because then you just have like this like marathon of tough chewing.
tough chewing,
Whereas
yeah.
if you just integrate the crust as you're going, it's kind of like balances
it out.
itself out.
Yeah.
A bit.
What about okay? So pizza's a type of food though where there's a regularity. Sometimes you get those little bubbles. Sometimes the crust is bigger.
Thick crust, Sicilian.
Well, but I even mean
yeah.
pie to pie within a competition. Is there a way that they homogenize? Maybe is that why the hot dog is such a popular staple?
Yeah,
Because
it's factory made.
Yeah, I mean that could very well be because I mean, Major League Eating who does these contests, they try to keep it legit, and all the competitors they want it to be fair game. Like you don't want to walk on stage and be like, oh, this guy's got this XYZ. So
Sure.
yeah, hot dogs are
Skinny
really
dogs.
good. Yeah, hot dogs are really good. Because they're very standard. I'm just trying to think of a contest that's not standard.
What about,
that
like-
I've been to?
Chicken wings.
yeah, so that would be like
They're-
those runs the gamut.
So chicken wings are actually it's very easy because they do it by weight. They just give you a giant bowl with like 40 pounds of
cool.
wings with the bones and all the sauce. They weigh it before, they weigh it after. So it's very simple. It's like all the wings aren't the same, obviously. But at the end, with enough wings, it's probably equal at some point.
Now, how do they decide how much of a wing has been eaten?
Well, it's
right?
just by weight.
Just by
Peasants.
weight.
How many pounds you consumed?
I know, but even then, there is different bone density across
Oh,
different wings, right?
shit.
A wing bong versus the flap they're different. Like
So-
right, one is a much thicker bone, one is 2 thin bones.
But you're not eating the bones, at least.
right.
Or
But
it's just-
but I'm saying like if you threw the bones in the bowl,
Well, but it's still by how much weight is
No,
taken
it's
away.
it's all just one big
Just-
bowl.
okay.
So it's how much.
I
guess
assume
I'm
it's
saying-
like if you come in with 40 and you leave with
30.
20, that
Yeah.
means you ate 20 pounds of chicken meat.
yeah,
Or
I guess-
bone if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Or
I guess
you
I'm saying
could
if
you
I
want,
was
but-
served more bone dense than you, I would technically potentially eat the same amount of meat, but the bones left would be heavier bones.
No.
Well, 2 things. First off, I think what you're getting at is one, like the drumstick versus the flap. The
Yes.
contest, they only give you flaps.
Oh, okay.
So it's all across
Then
the
never
board.
mind.
It's the one with the 2. And it's also the technically most, like,
Yeah.
it requires the most technique. So
Yeah.
it kind of makes it more interesting.
I would be so down for a wing
You gotta
That-
like
it's a-
challenge. That's
I-
my
pop. You gotta like snap the bones out, right? And then
no,
just
the
snarf.
best way to do it is to, I was showing somebody the other day, but you pinch on one side and you just push it.
Oh,
Because
wow.
the pressure of your 2 fingers gets all the meat out from between it.
Oh, so you just push
It's like an
and break
umbrella.
it off.
It's like an umbrella.
Whoa.
Umbrella, and then with the other hand, you grab it, you just pull it off.
Oh wow.
Wow, incredible.
That's incredible. Wait, so how many wings would you eat in 10 minutes?
So I had the record one year. It was 182, I think.
Oh.
No, that was the big.
Yeah,
it
that's
was,
more than I've ever
God.
had.
It was 200.
you shorted yourself.
Yeah, no, I forget.
182 strips of bacon.
Yeah, that was a good contest.
That's side note. That's
That
impressive.
was a good one.
Fun.
But yeah, wings are fun. It was a contest that I stayed away from for a couple years because like a weight controversy. Like, do I want to be part of? But Hooters, that held the contest, they always did a good job. It was a great contest, and
They have
Good wings.
and it was fun. Just getting up there and just having this doing something different than just like dunking
Yeah.
buns and stuff. It was just like technique. Oh, I'm in a rhythm and just
What
no,
about
fumbling them is good fun.
Gyoza. I know there's a big LA gyoza contest.
You've done that
right?
one.
One of the best contests of the year. Oh yeah, I mean that was the event that when I first started, because it's held at Nisei week. I'm half Japanese, and so my grandma's a Nisei generation and all that, and I was like, hey, Japanese pride, and the gyoza that they make is fantastic. It's the best frozen gyoza. Like not even.
Wait, what brand is it?
Daily Foods.
want
Also
it.
Crazy Cuisine in some stores.
Okay.
Some supermarkets.
I gotta
go
track
check
that
that
down.
out.
Yeah.
Always looking for the best gyoza.
Yeah, a Daily Foods or Crazy Cuisine chicken pot stickers. They're the
Writing it
best.
down.
But so that's an event like the polar opposite of chicken wings. Chicken wings are very technical. You're just like focusing on like this technique. Gyoza, they're dumplings. You just pop them in as fast as you can. It's just like boom, 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 boom. So that's one of those.
Are they served room temperature
It
or like a little warm?
it varies. They're usually fairly warm. The problem is sometimes because they're literally cooking thousands of gyoza. It's one of the biggest contests of the year. It's like one of the few contests outside of Nathan's that gets like the top 5 showing up every year.
Oh, wow.
And so they're literally cooking thousands and thousands because the record right now is 384
Oh,
in 10 minutes. And so they're cooking so much gyoza. So sometimes they get a little the dough gets a little
Soggy by the end.
Gummy.
gummy is the
Yeah.
best word. Yeah.
Ugh. We did this soup dumpling eating video, and
Yeah.
the challenge there was that in the beginning they scalded your mouth.
they served them fresh out of the steamer.
It was
was-
so hot.
It's so hot, but then if you waited too long, it was that gummy garbage. So it was like, oh God, darned if you do, darned if you don't.
How long was that?
Too long.
It was long. It was a marathon, so as many as you can go until you just give up.
I think first we
There's
did
no
a
time
speed
limit.
We did
round,
a speed
right?
round of
For
like how
50.
fast could you finish 50?
Doesn't it seem like the world is just against us from getting a good night's sleep this time of year? There's the warm weather and the buggies and the neighbors partying. But when you have a Purple mattress, you can sleep cool and comfortable no matter what. Only Purple mattresses have the grid. Its unique ventilated design allows air to flow through to help you sleep cool. And the grid is amazingly supportive on your back and legs while cushioning your shoulders, neck, and hips no matter how you sleep. I sleep so hot. I've tried everything. I've tried fans. I've tried blasting my AC. Nothing cools me down. Finally, with Purple, my body is like, thank you. Purple is comfort reinvented. Right now, you'll get 10% off any order of $200 or more. Go to purple.com/tripod10 and use promo code tripod10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/tripod10, promo code tripod10. Terms apply.
Between 8 and 15
Eugene did
minutes,
8,
the
and
average.
Keith and I were like 13, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eugene was like he was trucking it towards the end, right?
He's
He
good.
just-
He was carrying at the end.
Scalded his tongue,
Yeah, dude.
left it all on the table.
Yeah, Mike Chen can eat.
He can eat. He's
it's-
a great guy, too. Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What's your least favorite food?
Recreation or professionally?
Just in life.
Both.
What do you not want to eat?
I love that there's two answers, though.
The one thing that
Yeah, but I want
Okay.
both.
I'm, since I'm half Japanese, got into like, learn about Japanese traditions and stuff. The one thing that I just cannot understand is natto,
Oh.
fermented soybeans. Have you ever had that?
Yeah, we
before?
have.
Yeah, they're
It's
not
like
good.
I think it's a New Year's tradition, and I could do a lot of like I grew up on like sardines and sticky rice, oyakodons, and all that stuff, but like natto is just so rough. I've tried many times. It just doesn't sit.
Yeah, it's the really sticky,
I don't remember hating the
stringy
flavor,
soybeans.
but it's fun looking. It's
I'm sure there's things out there that's worse. It's one of those things like I'm grading it. People like generally enjoy it, and it's like not like overall offensive.
It's
you
not
know?
your
It's
thing.
just-
I get it.
yeah.
So professionally, within a contest.
There's some miserable contests I've done. Like tamales was the most painful contest I've ever done.
Fuck.
It was because that year, like they changed vendors, which is never preferred, but whatever. But they put jalapeno oil in the masa.
Ooh.
And
Delicious.
God.
Sounds
Masa?
great.
It
So it's
was.
sort of like
it wasn't
your mouth.
spicy going
Fused?
down because it was like into the masa. It was
Oh,
like
no.
infused. So it wasn't too spicy going. It was spicy. It wasn't. But man, the plane ride home. I kid you not. I woke up, splayed across 3 seats with milk cartons around me. I had no idea what happened. I was just in so much pain. It was so spicy. It was so
just,
bad.
Just
Never went
ruined
back to
your
that one.
guts.
I love
Way to
tamales. I could still eat tamales, just not competitively. But
Blackout milk rage.
yeah, that was. I felt bad for the flight attendants. But
I bet they felt bad for you.
Yeah.
If you're splayed out
probably.
on 3 seats with milk cartons around you, you're not feeling well.
probably. But probably my least favorite is like chili or something. Anything that's like super super simple. Like it's just like anything that you hit your capacity in like 2 or 3 minutes, and you're just like, oh, this is unfun. That's why chicken wings and like gyoza they're tasty, but it is a capacity. But like Nathan's, the chicken wing contest, I did popcorn earlier this year, Halloween candy last year. just figuring out how to eat candy corn versus M&Ms, and it was fun stuff like that.
So you hit your capacity with your stomach at different times in different competitions.
Oh yeah, like the candy contest I did, like it wasn't even a capacity issue whatsoever. But like I said, chili hard-boiled eggs was probably the standout. It's an 8-minute contest, and usually
you don't have to peel them.
No, they were just they were all peeled.
Do they do it as deviled eggs ever instead of just hard-boiled eggs? Because I feel like that'd be a fun visual.
I'm sure someone on YouTube or something has done a challenge. I've like not the professional contest. There's no record for it, but I just usually you go through experiences and I'm sure you guys will today too. It's like there's a moment in time like, okay, this is getting uncomfortable, and then there's a moment in time where like I want this to end. Like this is like, hey, I hope we're close.
Mm-hmm.
I had that moment. I looked back at the clock. We were 3 minutes into an 8-minute contest.
No.
Oh my gosh,
that was the worst feeling. I remember what the clock looked like and everything. It was the most. It was like, what?
No.
And Joey's next to me. He's just going boom, boom, and I'm like, okay, boom, boom, and it was.
So do you think we'll hit our capacity today? So for context, we're doing a 5-minute challenge.
Also, it smells like hot dogs in here. They're already starting to cook the hot dogs. I can smell the hot dogs. It smells like hot dogs.
Or will today be more about technique?
So we went with the 5-minute contest. It would have felt cruel to put you guys through a 10-minute ordeal, especially if we're going full tilt, and which I'll be going, so I expect you guys to be, trucking for.
Hell yeah, bro!
I'm gonna give you all 3 that I can handle.
yeah. But we'll see. I hope you guys are, get a little food baby going on.
Oh yeah.
You could definitely get there in 5 minutes. Like
really?
Like even like my brother, my girlfriend, they've done hot dog practices just to try it out, and like they like so the math usually is you eat 75% of your food by 5 minutes.
Wow.
Roughly, usually, it depends on the contest, and that even holds true to like people who start off. Like it's just you start getting that esophagus fatigue. You start getting out of breath. The taste starts getting to you more, so you're just going to slow down. So majority of the capacity and the more fun, the last 5 minutes tradition is like a grind. So it'll be fun today. It'll be quick and fun.
It's where you separate the wheat from the chaff.
When your brother and your friends have done it, what is their 5-minute?
My brother did, I think, 10 in 10 minutes. That was like
That's pretty
8
good.
years ago or so. My girlfriend, she did hers last year, I think, and she did 7 in total, but I think she did 5 in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So she slowed down. She's just like, my jaw hurts. I'm sick of these hot dogs. I don't like the taste anymore.
Dang.
But she was trucking it for the first couple minutes. So
Wow.
We've been grilling you about food.
the puns never end. I'm used to it.
But because obviously you are you're a food champion. But sometimes I'm sure there's other things that you want to talk about. If you had a whole podcast, which we only have a few minutes left, but to talk about anything else that you love and are interested in, what would that be? Or I guess, what are you doing when you're not eating?
Play a lot of games.
Oh, yeah,
I
like
play
video
games.
games or board games.
Like video games and stuff. I just bounce around and do various things. I like watching. I'm not a big sports fan per se. Like I don't follow teams and athletes particularly, but I like watching sports stuff. Like the Olympics is going on right now. Like that stuff. Like I love it. Just seeing people push through it, upsets, or even people that were supposed to win just dominating.
Oh man, do you think competitive eating will ever make it to the Olympic stage?
I don't think so. Like maybe if it comes back to the United States one of these years, maybe they'll pop. I doubt it.
That'd be cool though.
That'd be pretty crazy. That'd be crazy. It's like Tony Hawk. He's like an OG skateboarder. He's not competing, but he's out there doing like, dude, man, I can't believe skateboarding's gotten this far and stuff. And just like stuff like Tony Hawk. Like I love seeing stuff like that. Like he's in his 40s. He's still hitting the ramp, doing 720s and stuff. And it's just like
crazy.
I love seeing people who are passionate about something doing stuff at the top of their game or just to the best of their ability. And it's always fun to watch that.
Yeah, that's cool.
We did a 4v1 soccer video the other day, and on the field next to us was this adorable group of about 30 old men playing soccer. Now, soccer is 11-on-11, so the field's only supposed to have 22 people on it. But like they packed it just.
It was full of people.
Because just all the old guys wanted to play, and they're like, they still got it. And it just was so cute to me to think like, oh, you're in your 80s and just going out to do a sport that you love.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I love about competition. I take it super super seriously, but I feel like everybody's got a competitive nature in them, and it's satisfying. You know, it's like if you didn't compete in any regard whatsoever, like what's satisfying, you know? So, you know, it's, you know, whether it's just going out there and just trying to best your friends in like a soccer game, old time guys or whatever, or just, I love seeing the passion that people have in this things, or the interest.
You're an athlete, so you respect other athletes. Like, I don't think people 100%. Think of competitive eaters necessarily as athletes, but listening to you yesterday and today talk about like your conditioning and your pacing and like knowing what you can do and how you train for in 12 minutes and 15-minute intervals for a 10-minute competitions, like you're approaching it like an athlete, and it's very cool. And now it's just been great these 2 days, because when I watch a competition again, I'll have that like insider knowledge. So I feel like, this guy's not keeping the pace he needs to keep.
Yeah, you have a newfound respect. I mean, because you'll see the contest and you'll be like, I did something like that, and I know what they're going through right now. You could see the look in their eyes change or whatever it is. And now, I mean, hey, just being out here for the past couple of days, just seeing you guys, you know, seeing the different approaches, mentally, physically, all that stuff has been it's been very fun.
Yeah. I will say too, so if you've never watched competitive eating, it is miraculous. You should. And if you've ever watched it, you got to see it in person too, because it is like seeing you do it in front of us yesterday. It kind of
way different.
Felt surreal. It felt like I was watching like a glitch in the Matrix. I'm like, this shouldn't work.
Yeah, that hot dog disappeared.
Already done with the hot dog?
It's crazy.
That's crazy. Like, so I've never experienced that, because I've obviously been on the other side of the table. But like, so
there's something about just being face to face with it that's like
your motor neurons fire in a different way, where you're imagining what it would take to do that. I guess when you're watching it on ESPN or on YouTube, it's like it's going.
It's still
fast,
incredible.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's kind of like there's just these numbers ticking up on the screen, and they don't really mean anything to you.
Yeah.
But then you see someone 5 feet away from you gobble up a hot dog, and you're like, there was a hot dog there, and now it's gone.
Yeah, and that's part of the greatest part about not just doing the YouTube videos, but actually jumping on stage at a competitive eating contest is the fans, the audience that comes out. Like the Gyoza contest is like my definition of like, so back in, you know, it's at Nisa Week Festival where they have like, you know, the taiko and stuff and all like the ceremonial things. When I started, the audience was like, you know, they're just kind of just subdued. Nowadays, they're just going crazy and stuff. So just seeing people get into the live audience and like, yeah, I mean, the closest thing I could think of is like, you know, go see your favorite artist live. It's just a different vibe. You know? It's just like, it's the same music, made a little change, you know, but like just whatever it is, just the gravas of being there. So
Gyoza
it's cool to see.
2 bites, 1 bite per, 2 little pieces.
You could just pop those in. Usually,
just swallow it whole.
Usually towards the end, you got, because like, you know, the throat fatigue. So at the start, you're just like boom, 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 boom.
Wow.
Usually
you're just taking gyozas like pills.
Yeah, they're slippery little boys.
Yeah. I mean, they're
slide them on down.
Yeah, they're just lightly pan-seared.
Rainie,
They make them
me up
soft for the
here.
contest. They're not crunchy.
Is that crazy to you?
Yeah.
Because these two guys are like, yeah, I could do it.
Yes.
But they're oily. They're not dry.
No, but like I just was I don't think I could swallow it. I think I'd just be like, it's just in your mouth.
It took me so long to learn how to swallow pills.
Yeah,
when I was a
me
kid,
too.
Like I had to train with M&Ms, like mini M&Ms. I had to train as a kid.
You know what I've started doing, because Becky does it and it freaked me out, and I've seen people online react to me doing it because they've seen me take pills in like when I take dairy pills and eat the menu. But I actually put water in my mouth and then put the pill in my mouth and then swallow and then drink more water, because the problem that you have some of the pills is they get stuck on your mouth, and then you like it's stuck in there. Sure. But when you put it in a mouth already with water in it, it's floating around with the water, and it made it much easier. Just put a little water in your mouth, throw the pill, and swallow.
It's like dunking a hot dog bun. You gotta mix. It's got to mix.
Hard to open your mouth when it's full of water.
Well, it's not full of water.
You purse your lips and you go.
I was all right.
Just like a little.
Do you dread looking at your credit card statement every month? I don't blame you. Upstart can lift that weight off your shoulders so that you can finally feel the relief of being free of credit card debt. Upstart, of course, is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, all online. Whether you're paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal experiences, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple, fixed monthly payment. And unlike other lenders, Upstart is looking at more than just your credit score. Credit scores are stupid. Like your income and employment history. That means they can offer smarter rates with trusted partners. You can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. They can give you a $50,000 loan faster than we can edit and release a podcast. What are we doing wrong? Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/tryguys. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/tryguys.
I want all our listeners right now, though, to experience something. Because
Go
Matt
find a
really
pill.
Pointed it out to us about how the first time you eat a soggy hot dog bun, it's just the most wild experience. He loves watching people do it, and I think everyone listening to this podcast and watching our video,
Record yourself.
go to your pantry, get your phone out, grab a hot dog bun, grab
any
a cup
piece
of
of bread.
water,
Yeah, if you don't
throw
have
it in the
bun,
water.
bread.
I mean, hot dog bun is better even than a piece of bread because
Yeah.
it's like more crust than
Just
light.
do like a quick 2 hot dogs to see
Yeah.
how fast you eat. But you have to dunk both the buns.
You got to dunk the bun and just experience a soggy bun. You have never experienced a texture like that
It's
before.
mushy.
You,
And we're
guys,
not
you guys handled like a beast though yesterday.
Some better than others.
I saw the
Kinda.
reaction, but you just powered through it.
Yeah,
I kind of like.
I kind of liked it.
Kind of like.
I also like
made
hot
it
dogs.
easier to swallow. That's for sure.
and it made it easier to go down. And you could swallow it with less chewing because it was fully
truly hated
saturated.
it.
Yeah.
True. And we, our buddy Quasi's in the video too. And
He definitely hated it.
you guys
He
will
almost
see.
couldn't even do it.
Okay, I have 2 questions for you.
Hell yeah, Rainie.
Okay.
I have
Shoot.
one about kind of life outside of hot dogs. So what do you have in common with your mom?
Hell yeah, Rainie.
What I've
good
become with
question.
my mom. I guess the closest thing I could just come up with is a little bit of the creativity type of thing because she always, as a hobby, kind of did like screenwriting and stuff, and doing like little plays and everything. So I kind of do that with the YouTube videos now, just like imagining, like, oh, this transition is going to go to here, and this is how this is going to play out, so that the audience gets this up front, and then they're like the tension and
Storytelling.
so yeah, storytelling. Yeah. So I'd probably say that's probably the biggest thing that I picked up from my mom is like the storytelling, the creative side of like making a story. Yeah.
What did she write about? What was your favorite play that she wrote?
She does a lot of things circling around Japanese culture because actually we went to Japan. We all went to Japan a few years back, and I've loved Japan. It's the best country.
Really want to go.
But yeah, no, she does a lot about just like taking stuff that's happened in her life and kind of like putting it into this like scenario where it's like playing itself through in like this like. It's like we think of things this way here, but then in Japanese culture, they think about things way differently. They approach life differently. So it's like, hey, I have this mindset, but then my mindset's changing because of the things that are going around me. So
Yeah. Is it sort of like culture? Like, is it like niceties, or is it kind of like the way you look at life more generally?
I mean, the way I look at it is, the most obvious, I think anybody, it's just one of those things that blows your mind is mannerisms and just the demeanor of like the people and the way that they just view society and, how to act around other people and everything. Just their appreciation for not just other people, but what they're doing, the craftsmanship, the artwork. Like it's this high level of respect that they have. And that's one of the, am I, I'm not anywhere in that like nature of like, what they do and stuff, but I it's like, it's admirable. It's admirable. And I love being around stuff that I admire because, you're always trying to get better and stuff.
Right.
Thinking about your upbringing, where do you think you get your competitive nature from?
I'll say my grandma.
Oh yeah.
My grandma, she was, she's always been tough as nails. She's always, I don't even know how to describe it. It's one of those weird things you just pick up on, a person's personality over time, the way that they, handle situations. And, my grandpa, he was a sociology teacher, smart guy. And he's just, so I learned like, he was very like tactical and stuff. My grandma would be the one that's like going to City Hall, and just like, just like, oh, like this is, but, my grandma, she was always a killer, in the good ways, and she was always very, even to this day, she was always like, she was there at the first contest I did, the lobster roll contest. She's from the East Coast, Boston,
So
and
cool.
yeah, she's flown out to, she's gone down to Coney Island probably half a dozen times, and yeah, she's been.
And
a big
what's her hot
inspiration.
dog record?
She's probably put down good 2 or 3 on the 4th every once in a
Hell
while.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my second question is, you talk about kind of competitive eaters who come before you and sort of this like reverence or how they impacted the way you view competitive eating. But what do you want your legacy to be?
Ooh.
Am I getting that old?
Wow.
Rainie's coming in
Well,
with
when you have when
fire.
you're finishing up,
Yeah.
what will the legacy be?
Never too early to think about your legacy.
Sure.
You really
Of
want
course.
to.
I think, and, you know, it sounds super cliche, but I think be super, super serious about it. You know, take it seriously, you know, respect, whatever you want to call it, but have fun with it at the same time. Like find whatever drives you, motivates you. Like that, for me, that was like YouTube and stuff. Like I love making the content. I also love the grind of competing for stuff, but part of me just loved the idea of making it for other people, expanding the audience. For aspiring competitive eaters, just have fun, just push hard, and don't choke. Be safe, don't choke.
Quite literally. Wow. I mean, Matt, it's been so great chatting with you, and all of our listeners, check his YouTube out, Matt Stonie. So many cool videos. You've been doing it for, 10 years? You passed the 10-year mark or more than that?
Yeah, 11 now.
years. So lots of stuff to catch up on. You got to go watch them all, everybody. But, you know, and that was great advice to future competitive eaters. But we need some advice from our Miles stand-in today. Perhaps advice that will rain upon you from our new podcast gremlin. That's what he used to call
It's
Miles.
advice that'll rain down on you. Tune into your radio station. It's advice that'll rain down on you. Everybody get ready, Rainie Toll time.
Oh my gosh, that last line, it kind of rhymed a little bit. And also, I realized I didn't have the song. Like Miles usually pulls it up on his drive.
We got you.
So thank you. Okay, what's up, Miles Nation? Have you ever wanted to be bougie, but don't have the funding?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
I think
All the
Makes
time.
sense so far.
Have you ever wanted to go to DoorDash, but your bank account said no?
Ooh. No,
Ooh.
because they're great deals. Keep me
Great
coming
deals.
back.
We
for
love
more.
it.
Oh, right. We like
friend of
DoorDash.
Friend of the pod. Friend of the pod.
Some people, a lot of times people ask you like, "Hey, where do you want to get in life?" Like, you know, like that I made it type of thing. I'm like, I just want to be like DoorDash whenever I want. You know,
All right.
if I'm
That's
feeling
it.
lazy, I can get some food delivered.
Okay.
Add guacamole because I want to.
Yes.
Yes, Ned.
Exactly. A little DIY without the doing. Instead of getting guacamole from a restaurant, you can just get salsa and an avocado, no chopping, just pour it in, and then you've got guacamole.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
She's saying her literal advice was to make guacamole with salsa and an avocado.
Wow.
And Ned guessed it.
This is you're speaking my language
It's
here.
pretty good.
I
This is what
agree.
Ariel likes doing.
My tweak would be pico de gallo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just
Not just,
salsa, but pico de gallo.
Then you're gonna have a wet salsa.
You can have
Yes,
but
guac.
pico de gallo and avocado. I mean that's
Guac.
guacamole.
And then it costs a third of the price.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
true.
the same thing, pretty much, kind of.
It is. No, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good advice.
That's
Thank
great.
you, thank
Wow.
Well, we have to end this podcast.
Yeah.
Is we have to get into the studio and start competing here in
Yeah, I can really throw the hot
30
dogs
minutes.
together.
So it's coming up. It's
I'm
happening.
a little upset. I asked yesterday, I said, what time are we competing? And I was told I have 24 hours. And I looked on the schedule. That's not the case.
It's not 24 hours. Right.
I planned my meals the way that I normally eat them. And
Hey,
I'm screwed.
I'm
Nothing you can do
straight
about
up
it. You just gotta-
so hungry right now.
I'm
you
hungry.
guys
It's
did not
gotten
ask
worse.
me my eating prep earlier. I asked both of you. It was a little rude. I know, whatever.
Normally, you
whatever.
don't need a lot of prompting.
That's fine.
Yeah.
The
I
conversation
just
moved on.
assumed you would talk about it. What
But
was?
I was
Tell
I
us, Zach.
was invited over to the McLean Yang household last night, and Matt fed me a lot of falafel, and I am a gassy monster.
He makes good falafel.
I think
yeah,
you-
well, it makes you fart.
You did mention that.
Nope, not on the podcast.
Yeah, just to
Oh,
us.
Just to us?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
thanks for being a good listener,
I
bro.
was a good listener.
There's a competitive eater on the circuit. Great guy, Nate Biller. His nickname's Nasty Nate Biller because he makes a lot of noise when he's competing. And I've stood next to him a few times, and I always prefer not to.
Oh, so if I'm feeling gassy, I should stand next to you and just fart on you
Oh,
the
God,
whole
please
time.
no. Please no.
Oh,
separate.
Yes.
Get in your
It's mental.
head.
It's a mental game.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna fart all
What
over
did I
you.
do? What did I do?
Well,
So, final predictions on how many you think that we can take, Rainie?
I think Zach is going to do an under hot dog. action. He's gonna somehow come through, not win, but like maybe do better than Ned.
No way. You're
not
wrong.
gonna happen.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Very
you're
sweet
wrong.
of you, Rainie.
Were you listening?
You're so wrong.
Keith is definitely.
Rainie was not watching our practice yesterday.
Keith is gonna come in second with
Second to me.
20.
If I can eat 20 and 5, I'm entering a real competition.
Matt's jaw just dropped.
That'd be
No
good.
way I'm
That'd be
eating
fast.
20.
And then Matt is gonna win but you're also gonna PR because it's cool in here.
Ooh.
And it's
Ideal conditions,
there's
yeah.
the adrenaline, but it's good adrenaline. And you've been calm through this. So
He's
you're
going to set a
ready.
new world record today.
Mhm.
Whoa.
Yeah, hey,
Hey, we're filming it, so if it happens, we'll
never
catch
time
it.
better than the better.
Yeah.
Never than now. So
And
We'll see.
I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah, well, you
But
lost.
you're going to lose to
unfortunately.
Zach, so she
You
did
lost, bro.
Dude.
I think you'll just I
The
think maybe you'll
mouthfeel. I just puke halfway through and get DQ'd.
Yeah, you're too hungry.
I think there's a chance actually today that Ned will beat me. And my reasoning for that is that in the dumpling video, he ate his 50 faster than me. Now I ate more than him by the end of the day.
That's not your talent is speed.
I don't
my
like
talent is not speed. My talent is duration,
the
endurance.
wall is not
So I can
pleasant for
push
me.
through the wall, but I
Mhm.
can't go. I have a speed that I normally can't top.
I have a prediction. I think that our mystery player
Gonna do the best.
is going to be the best.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would be awesome.
We got to wrap this up, Matt. So thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, no,
thanks
it's
for
been a blast.
teaching us competitive eating.
Where can the people find you?
just YouTube, Matt Stonie. Just it's I got other social
And
accounts. but yeah, it's on
Snapchat, you
mainly.
said you have a
Yeah, I'm doing the Snapchat stuff. Recently on TikTok because that's popping off. But yeah, I'm pretty much.
How do you
everywhere.
spell Stoney?
STONIE.
There you go. And we're going to keep chatting about nachos is the next one up on Patreon over at patreon.com/tryguys. Join our community, become a Triceratops, help support the show, and get an extra episode each week. Little bonus episode.
Keith, hit us with the official Try Guys theme song.
Here we go. Having so much fun. We're gonna put hot dogs into our mouths. We're gonna smile and our teeth will be replaced with all beef franks. It's the tripod.
That visual got me.